Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and it is time for my November TBR. Now, every month I do a TBR every single month, but if you're new and this is the first time you're catching a TBR video, hi, hello, I hope you stick around, but also you need to know something, okay? I very rarely do I stick with what I pick. I am a mood reader. Yes. So I very rarely stick with a TBR. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm good, and sometimes I will read every book on it, but more than likely I don't. More than likely, I will read a book and I really enjoy it, and I'm like, I want to read more from that author, so I just continue. So this is technically, I guess it should be called my November plans, my tentative list, books I would like to get to in November, but I may not, so don't hurt me. Okay, so I have my jar here and it has all the prompts that you guys gave me last month, so thank you so much. You gave me some like really great ones, and if you're new and you have prompts that you think would go in here that would, give me like good reading selections, leave it down below. So what I normally do is I pick about 7 of these, and then I'll just have my list of what I want to read. I do have 2 books that I have to read, and I'm going to tell you about those when I get to the end with all the other books. But just a little warning, okay, last month I read so much Kindle that this month I promised myself that I'm going to knock out my physical books that I own, because I keep buying books, but I keep reading my Kindle. And I only have so much room in my room. So with all these prompts, I'm hoping just to fill them with books that I own. So we're going to see. So let's just get into picking the prompts. Okay. Prompt number 1. I'm scared. Oh, a book that you keep putting off. Ooh. I have so many that I keep putting off. And I think it's just because it's fear of, will it live up to the hype? Or it's too long and I don't want to read it. So I have a few that I can choose for this. I just don't know which I'm going to choose. But good start. We have a good start. The next prompt, this one. Okay. Page count over 500. You know what? November's going to suck. I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore. So I have a book that I have a fear I've been putting off, and one over 500. So maybe I can like make a baby. Put these 2 together and make a baby. Oh, okay. Next we've got, I stopped picking from the bottom. My goodness. A dark romance. Okay, yay. I love dark romances. Oh my gosh. Could I really just break off all 3 of these in one book? I'm not saying I can, but like, I'm not saying I can't either, so we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, the next is, okay, be nice. A hyped book. I literally can use every single prop that I picked out for one book that I'm thinking of. Shut up. The November gods are looking down on me. Okay, we're doing, okay. Don't jinx yourself. Do not jinx yourself, Katie. Okay. Number 5. A book set in another country. Oh. Interesting. I put that in here. Do I have any books set in another? Does a make-believe country count? Because if so, I'm good. Okay. How many is that? 5. I can't count. It's fine. Woo! Oh, man. Give it. Okay. We've got a new to me author. Oh, my God. I'm kicking butt. I am woman. Hear me roar. And I'm kicking butt. This is I just need one more prompt. Okay, look, I could cheat and just do one book for all those prompts. I really could. Am I? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Okay, and the last prompt is, well, that's a long one. Okay, a book title with the same amount of letters in my full name. My full name? How many letters do I have? Hold, please. 17. 17 letters. So I have to find a book with 17 letters in the title. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think I can do this. I'm going to go pick out the books, bring them back, and show you guys. Okay. So I got my books. And I went with different books for each prompt. So, scooch you back. Okay. Well, scooch me back, not you. So I'm going to start with the books that I have to read to review. And I have them here on my Kindle. It's an iPad. It's not a Kindle, Katie. It's fine. The first book is called The Sea Agreement. And it's book 2 in the Rendezvous series. And it's by R.L. Henderson. And this is about the heroine is plus size, and she doesn't have a lot of experience in the bedroom. She's very focused on her job and doing well in that, so she doesn't get to date a lot. So she gets complaints whenever she's in the bedroom. And she's like, well, I got to do something. I need someone to teach me how to be a better lover. So she goes to her older brother's best friend, and she's like, hey, I know you are like a non-committal kind of guy. I know like you have a lot of experience. Could you help me? And I'm assuming he's going to be like, sure, because like no strings attached. We won't fall in love or anything, duh. And from there it'll go. And I assume that they'll fall in love. It's a romance. I really don't know what else could happen. I mean, sure, it could have a not happily ever after, but then it's not a romance, and I don't want to talk about that. So I'm assuming it's going to have a happily ever after. And then the second book, the second book is called Second Bite by S.J. Tilley, and it is a holiday novella, so it's short and sweet and just going to get to the point. I love it. So I don't even know what this book's about. I was just offered to review it, and because I got it from like the Smut Hood reviews, and I was like, sure. I think it has to do with a baking competition. I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure it's a baking competition at Christmas time. Say less. Like, you had me hooked with a baking competition. Love and food go hand in hand. So I'm like, sure, let's do it. Yep, that's what it was. I knew it. So she is a down on her luck baker. A shy woman down on her luck is signed up for a holiday baking competition, and Michael is a grumpy chef who's the judge on the show. Say less. I got it. We're going to do it. It's going to be a fun time, and it's like 80-some pages, so I can do it in like no time. So, the books that I picked from the prompts. Now, I really was. I was going to pick one book for like 5 of these prompts and say, that's it. We're done. Video done and over. But then I'm like, you gotta give yourself options. I can't do that to myself, because I'm a mood reader, so I have to give myself the options. So, I am so sorry for touching my hair so much today, but I crimped it and it's frizzy and it's, okay. So, the first prompt was, which one was it? For that prompt, I chose Irresistible by Melanie Harlow. This is book 1 in the Cloverleaf Farm series, and I just keep putting it off. Not that it's overhyped, not that it's, I've heard amazing things about it, but I just keep putting it off, and I want to get to the series. Gosh darn it. I just want to read it because they're small town romances, and I hear, they're really good. I don't hear, overly amazing things, but I hear that they're good, and I would like to read them. So, I put it on the list, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I think there's 5 or 6 in the series, and then there's a spin-off series. And she just has a new book coming out. Oh my gosh. She has a new book coming out, and it looks so good. Ex-boyfriend's father. Just say less. But we're going to start with this one. Oh, and I don't know what this is. I think it's a single dad. I don't really care. Like, if you tell me it's like a small town romance, I'm going to read it. Like, I don't care. But for those of you who do care, I think it's a small town romance with a single dad. Is she a nanny? I'm not too sure. Oh, Lord. But don't worry, because all the books are linked down below for you guys, because if you know that I'm not the best at knowing what my books are about. Ever. Okay, next prompt. Was it a book over 500? I think it was. So this is the book that I was like, I could knock it out with like 5 prompts. And I was. But I'm like, that's no fun. So for a book over 500 pages, I chose Haunting Adeline. And I know it's like it beats the purpose of reading this in November, but I'm like, I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm a rule breaker, so I'm sure it would have been a perfect read for October. But she's almost gone. She was here and now she's gone. She left. She didn't want to stay around very long. So we're going to do this in November. Plus, like, November still gives me the cozy vibes. Sure, is there anything like a haunting in November? Like, no, but like, it's fine. You got the cozy, the fire. I don't have a fireplace, so my candle's the fire. A little ambiance on my TV. It'll all work out. So this I know is a stalker romance, and it's dark romance. It's very dark, so look for trigger warnings if you want to read it. But I've just been seeing this everywhere, and especially this past October, everyone's been talking about it, and I have FOMO. So at this point, I just have to read it. Okay. What was the next prompt? New to me author? I feel like that's what it was. Or set in a different country. I think it was new to me author. And for that, I chose, let me make sure I did. Yeah. I chose Even If It Hurts by Marnie Mann because I feel like crying. I feel like, plus, cover's gorgeous. But I just felt like some emotional damage was due because I haven't read a book that really, you know what? Yeah, that's my heart, okay?
Oh my God. I'm Zun. Like, I'm Zun, okay?
Yeah. It hasn't touched my heart in a while. So I'm like, it's about time. It's about time. Everyone's like everyone's getting cheerful and I want to get sad. Why not? I do know this is like a love triangle, sort of, or a marriage in trouble, or something. Like she went away abroad, and she fell in love with this man, and they didn't work out, or she had to go back to America or something, and then she ends up coming back, getting married to this guy, and then the first guy comes back in the picture. And I don't know if it's like she has to decide who she's going to be with, or, I assume that's what it is, but I don't know. More to Mary says she loved this book, and that's all I need to know. That is all I need to know. Next prompt was set in a different country? No, hyped. I forgot the hyped book. Most hyped book. I was going to use Haunting Adeline for that as well, but I didn't because I realized I still have this book and I just got it and I need to read it because everyone's reading it at this point and I can't watch anyone's vlogs until I read it. So it starts with us, Colleen Hoover. This is the sequel to It Ends With Us. Come on. This is like so hyped. This was on everyone's hyped list. And I haven't showed you guys this yet because it's, I have to haul it. But sneak peek, I did get this. So we're following Lily and Atlas in this story. And you get Lily and Atlas's point of view. I'm not going to go too much into detail because that spoils the first book for you guys. But if you are going to read the first book, I would suggest looking up trigger warnings to be on the safe side. And I'm just excited to finally get to read this, continue the story, because I loved It Ends With Us. I have a vlog. I cried. It was an amazing time. I love crying. I don't know. I'm weird. But I can't wait to get to this and then get to everyone's vlogs because I haven't been able to read any of them. Okay, at this point, I can't remember what was next. So we're just going to go with a book set in a different country. And for that, I chose Say Yes by Candy Steiner. This book is about a girl who goes to study abroad in Florence. And she has this night out where she has to say yes to everything. And she meets him. Which just by like looking at him from the side, he looks like a very handsome man, so I'm just saying. And, they start up a romance I guess. You know, Candy Steiner, romances, it is what it is, and I will read anything from her, so yeah. This one gave me a perfect excuse. And then the next book I chose, oh, this was the book that had the same amount of letters in my full name as the title. So I have 17 letters in my full name. And every book that I own has 18 letters. So I even had to double check myself because I was thinking there's no way. Maybe I do have 18 letters in my name and I just don't know how to count. No, it's 17. So I finally found one. And I'm going to go with A Deal with the Devil by Elizabeth O'Rourke. I don't know anything about this book. Is it an enemies to lovers? Is it a workplace romance? It's a romance. And I have all three of the books, so it's like I don't need to know. I will look it up later before I read. But sometimes it's nice not knowing going into a book, because sometimes the synopsis will give away stuff that I don't want them to give away. It's an ordeal. So I am going to read this, hopefully. But this will be my first Elizabeth O'Rourke that I've ever read, so hopefully I like it because I have all three. Plus her other, like, time travel books, so yeah. And then the last book was a dark romance, and like I said, I could have used that Haunting Adeline. I could have just done the whole thing and been done with it, but I was like, no. Options. So I went with Electric Idol by Katie Robert, which is book 2 in the Dark Olympus series. I read book 1 in August. Really enjoyed it. I love Hades and Persephone. Always will. But this book is... I don't know whose books this is. Is it... whose book is this? Hold, please. Okay. So... I think this is like an enemies to lovers, maybe. So we have Psyche, who doesn't like Aphrodite. And Aphrodite has a son. And he is tasked with killing Psyche, but instead falls in love with her. Okay. We can do that. Like, it don't matter. I'm going to read whatever Katie Robert writes anyway. But I just like the mythology aspect because I've always enjoyed mythology. So... And I don't know his name because on the back we did not say his name at all. So you're just going to have to trust me. Eros. There it is. There it is. So Eros and Psyche. Okay. Those are the books. Those are the 7 books. Oh, and it comes with a little art if you buy it from the bookstore that I did. But those are the 7 books. Let me grab them. Okay. 7 books. These are it. Will I get to them? Don't judge me if I don't. It's fine. But these are the ones that tentatively I would like to get to in November. I mean, they were good prompts. I'm sure they're going to be great books. So, I have a shot if I start now. Maybe if I start now, I'll have a shot. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you're new, I would love for you to join the family. All my social media is linked down below as always. My Goodreads and my Instagram. If you want to stay more up to date and day to day with what I'm doing. Let me know down below in the comments what you plan on reading in the month of November. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys. Do you see my shirt? Do you see my shirt? I like my books and pumpkins with spice. Shut up. It's true. And I don't, my books. I don't really drink pumpkin spice anything, but I do like spices in my pumpkin pie. So there you go. That should work. And my foot's not asleep. I mean, that's a great... Oh my gosh, I did that whole video without my hocus pocus mug. Oh, do I need to shut my door because the people downstairs talk too loud? I'm filming now, so thanks. Ugh. I got hair in my face. Okay. Okay. The hair needs to go. Ooh, okay. There is hair on my face. I can feel it. I can feel it.